everyone.
Hello.
Well, today it's not Bernice, it's me, the manager.
Yeah, Crichton's filling in for Bernice today. She's on bed rest, so just gonna be filling in for her. He filled in for me last week. Not last week, but the week before that. So
Yeah,
just think it's fair, and all that.
I know it's great. I love being the fill-in because I get to interview great people, and just like all these famous people, like Lexi,
Yeah.
you know. Well, Lexi, hi.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for
Hello.
having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah. Well, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are interviewing Alexis Baca, but on set we all just say Lexi.
Lexi.
Yeah.
It's easier.
For those of you who do not know, she has had. I mean, just you've got an amazing career. I mean, it's like
Oh,
it's like, good Lord, why haven't you won a Golden Globe thingy? You know what I mean? Why don't you? I could just imagine like her room just having shelves of statues. I would like a shrine.
do you know what's in my room right now?
Star
What it's
Wars.
covered with? Yeah.
Really? Heck
By the
yeah.
way, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan, so yeah, my room right now is covered all with Grogu.
I have a Death Star, like a wall mount, and it's like it's coming out of
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. I'd love
Yeah.
to see that. Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so that's covered in my room right now.
All right. Well, let me ask you. Okay, so you've started off your acting career. Tell us where you started it off at and how you got
Yeah.
to where you're at now.
Yeah, so I was born in California, and that's where I started out in Cali. I started when I was 5, doing lots of movies, TV shows, commercials. And then when I was 10, my parents moved us to Colorado, and there wasn't much filming going out there, but I did a lot of theater, still did modeling. And then we moved here to Florida about 7 years ago. And I was like, you know what, I'm really going to, jumpstart and really get into it. And I just haven't stopped filming since. And so Florida is really up and coming. There's so many movies and TV shows and commercials being filmed here. So it's amazing.
Have you seen her social media? I can't keep up with all the movies she's in.
Yeah, it's fun being able to, be a part of a project and be able to post it and show it. And it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Do you think it's a bigger or like a broader spectrum coming to Florida rather than in California with like getting the movie deals, commercials, modeling and stuff like that? Do you think there's a difference?
I think Florida is starting, just starting to really, have movies being filmed here. But of course, I feel like, if you want to join SAG and really start doing the big things, you got to be in LA or Georgia or New York, to do that. But it's COVID has helped because we've been able to do a lot of self tapes. So I've been able to apply for movies, all over and be able to get them through a self tape, which is amazing. So that's how, I met you, Creighton, and been able to apply for your movie in Mississippi. I did a horror movie in New York, which is amazing. I filmed in Tennessee. You don't have to live in LA or Georgia to be able to do films anymore, which is super nice.
What would you say was like your best or your favorite film location that you've done?
Going to New York, that was my first time ever being in New York, which was an exciting experience for me because I've never been to New York and I wanted to go. And being able to go there to film a movie was pretty cool. Yeah, that was an exciting experience because I've never been there. So that was a lot of fun being able to do that.
Yeah, New York is pretty cool. I went in middle school
Yeah.
at Carnegie Hall with my middle school.
Oh, that's exciting.
So much
Yeah.
fun. So I can't imagine what like filming, especially you said like a horror movie in New York.
Yeah, it was a scary movie. Yeah, that was
would be like.
And we were in Albany, like in the woods, which made it even scarier. So that was really fun. Yeah,
Definitely have to check that out then.
Man, I feel so. I'm like, gosh, I got to up my game with stuff, man. Y'all been in New York of working,
Yeah.
You've directed films, right?
I have directed, yeah, and that's a lot of fun being able to direct. I love it. It's a different aspect of filming. I think it's awesome that you can be able to do different sides, like being in front of the camera and even being behind the camera. It's such an amazing experience. And directing was so much fun. I directed a short film, and that I put it into a film festival. And then I'm directing currently a movie with one of my good friends who wrote it. And we're still filming the movie. It's a sci-fi movie, so that's been a lot of fun. We have 2 filming days left, and then that movie's completely wrapped. So that's exciting.
That's awesome.
A director myself, like, what's the most challenging part? Do you find where you've got this movie, how you got it in your head, right?
Yeah.
And I like to. Lord, I'm Mississippian. I'll be like, different strokes for different folks. When you've got this, every director's got it in their mind, right?
Right.
So, do you like to just stick to that vision, or do you kind of like, let's try something new, or just kind of like, no, I know if we get it this way, it's going to work?
I think it's good to be able to try different things, but also a lot of time your cast and your crew has amazing, for me, it's like teamwork, team effort. So if someone has an idea, I want to hear it. So it's awesome when you collaborate with the team and get what everyone is thinking about a scene. Because sometimes they'll say something and you're like, I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's why it's awesome working with you too, because we did that the last time I was filming in Mississippi. I mean, we had amazing collaboration. Everyone was saying what they thought, and it makes the movie even that much better,
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with like the crew and stuff for this one on a previous project.
It's a great crew.
Oh yeah.
It's an amazing crew.
Especially Christian. He's a sweetheart.
Oh
yeah. He's a good guy. He really is. Yeah.
I know. We're probably going to have to hire him a protective bodyguard after the premiere, because they are just not going to like this guy. I mean, like Lexi, just hold his arm. You and the other Christian, you and your boyfriend both just hold his arm.
Christian.
Good,
People are going to be wanting to beat him up.
Yeah, right?
It's an intense movie.
Yeah. Creighton had me do some of the props, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then he asked me some like pointers, and like, should we use this and this? I'm like, well, it's like this type of, okay. Use that instead of this, and then do that, and it should be okay. Sound effects are gonna come in handy. It's gonna be nice.
Definitely.
Have you ever worked with the sound effects, like actual working with them?
I have before. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's so amazing. And the simple, like with horror movies, it's like they take hamburger meat
and
they
make
that.
Right?
Yeah, when you hear it, it's like, oh, I got one other question, and then Ashley. But like, okay, so I like to tell people in general, they say, do you enjoy watching movies, Creighton? And I tell them, yeah. I said, but when people that's like us, and we are the magicians making the magic show, right? But to me, what I want to know, are you this where you still like going to magic shows, even though you know what's going on, but do you enjoy it?
So I do. I still like going to movie theaters, and if there's a movie that comes out and I'm like, I want to go see it, like then we'll go to the movie theater and I'll see it. Like the last one I really wanted to see was Oppenheimer. I thought that movie was great, and I wanted to see it in a theater. So we went, and so yeah. But it's so funny when you're watching movies now. So because I'm so like critical, like things that people don't think of, you're watching. Like I'm watching the people behind, like I'm watching the extras, and I'm watching like how her hair is. Her hair is like in front in one scene, and the next one it's like behind the shoulder. And I'm like, no, I'm like catching things like that, in a movie. So it's so funny.
I do that with special effects. We were watching one movie, and I think it was like a Marvel movie or something, but somebody had a prosthetic. I went, pause it. He goes, why? I go, you see that little thing right there?
Yeah.
No, I go, come here. You see this right here? It's coming
Yeah.
undone. It's
It's
coming
coming
off.
undone.
It's coming off. Can't remember who it was, but they kept on like licking their lip and it just stayed in the movie. And it was because their prosthetic kept on coming undone.
It kept coming off. Yep.
So he was trying to get it to like
that was Heath
Stay
Ledger.
on.
Heath Ledger, yeah.
Heath Ledger, the
For
Joker,
the
because he kept.
Oh, he kept trying to get it to stay on.
His prosthetic kept on coming off, and he tried to keep it
Interesting.
like stay it on, but it fit the character so well they kept it.
Yeah.
They kept it in there. Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
See,
I
just
like how he does that. I think it adds it more to it.
That's the reason why they kept it in there, and like do like the masks and stuff like that. I gotta look at that and be like, there's one movie Jason Momoa's in, and it's called Wolves, but they look like cats.
Oh.
Like their mask and their prosthetics, it's very cat like. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's very cat like. I was just like, I mean, I like it. It's cute. Yeah. It's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of cats, ask Lexi about Loki.
Who is Loki? Because he texted me on the way up here. He was like, "Is Loki gonna make an appearance?" And I'm like,
so
for like
in the movie, Loki is Megan's dog. So and Loki, he's right here with me. Loki, look. Let's see.
See.
Yeah. He's so cute. Look at him smiling.
Yeah, he had texted
So this is
me.
Loki.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Loki did make an appearance.
He did. Okay.
There he is.
Yeah, my bucket list is done.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's excited. We can't wait. We leave Friday, so we're excited to come back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yay. He's so excited.
He looks excited.
He's so cute. He's so cute. He's such a good boy. You'll see, like he's so good. He's been in a movie with me before. So this is his second movie, his second time being on set. So he's so good. He's so good.
Credits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's going to be hilarious because I'll have him in the credits. I'll have Loki as Loki, and people
As Loki,
like,
yeah.
Wait, what? How did they get a Marvel person in? You know,
It's been like the good boy Loki as Loki.
Yeah, he's so good. He's like he listens very well, so he's so good on set. He knows how to sit, stay, so he's And it was intense. The movie he did before was a very intense scene with a prop gun, and it was really intense. So, and he did so well with it. I was so surprised. Yeah, he did so good. So, yeah. So, he's a good boy. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's excited.
I'm chilling right now. It's just like, you know what? I'm kind of used to this already. I see cameras, I just go to smile.
And he's like, smiles. Yep. It'll be fun.
Speaking of like the prosthetics and everything, is there like specific makeup or prosthetics that you either enjoyed or you didn't quite like, or you didn't like how it was executed?
So I had a huge movie. It was another domestic type movie where I got beat up. So they had to put a prosthetic on my face to make me look like I got beat up pretty bad. And the prosthetic, it was one to cover my eye. So I had to close my eye, and then they put the prosthetic on top of it, and then they like painted over it. I'll have to show you pictures of it. It was super intense. And it was for a quick, like the whole makeup took like an hour to do, but the scene was like, it took like 10 minutes to film, it was so fast, but it was so intense. I'm so happy. I wear contacts. So I'm glad I took my contacts out. My eyelashes are really long. And I could feel like I was tried not to move my eye, but I could feel an eyelash and it got in my eye, and there's nothing I could do because I was so ready to get it off. I was like, okay, we're done. I was so ready. But to see it though, I'll have to show you guys. It was really cool. Very intense. So yeah, that was my first big like prosthetic I had to put on.
Well, I know Bernice and Ashley, they got all kind of good stuff planned behind the scenes. You know how it is. Well, for most of the audience out there, like what a lot of people don't know about movies, it's months and months of
Yes.
prepping, getting
Mhm.
ideas. Because, like, I'll have these wonderful, I think they're wonderful ideas, but, you know, and I'll bring it to Ashley, and she's like, Creighton, that's too much. No, no. You know, I'm like,
There was
dang. You know?
like in Blinded by Tragedy, I did the makeup for that as well. And
Yeah.
there was one I brought it up. I was like, we're in a shop. So it's a scene they're fighting in a car shop. I was like, why don't they like use, and these are wrestlers. Like these are like not WWE, but they're like wrestlers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm teaching them how to street fight basically.
Yep.
I'm like, how about you grab this tire, throw it at them, you catch it to where it's like this, and I'll mark it and I'll just roll the tire on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Something else, I'll go, no, just
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we did it and it rolled, took like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Boom, like that. But I
That's
think it's
great.
going to be great, like having both of y'all as directors. Y'all can feed off of each other. I haven't been there for any of the filming because I got, you know, other stuff, but I can't. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be really awesome.
Are
But
you going to be there this weekend?
I'm not going to be here this weekend. I
Oh,
might.
this
I'm
weekend.
here this weekend.
Maybe next weekend.
This week.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
This.
She's got to call in a friend. You know, she's
No.
got
Phone a friend.
you know, it's like,
But I think it's gonna be really cool having both of y'all like as directors. Y'all can like feed off of each other. Because I know me and Creighton, we work really well. I'll stand behind him and like I'll squeeze his shoulder, or we'll discuss before the scene. He'd be like, "Well, I have this idea that you should do this type of makeup, like make it look broken, make it look bloody, and da da da." I'm like, it's too much for a simple thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm self-taught, so I don't have a lot of like the prosthetics, the stuff like that, but I can still make it look like how it needs to be.
yeah.
Right.
This is just me, my personal approach, and I want to get your thoughts on
Yeah.
this. Then I'll let Ashley ask the last question. You know, there was a little time a few years back where all the films were VFX, you know, like digital.
Yeah.
Everything was freaking digital. But to me, just my style, I like to marriage practicality of you know, like what Ashley and Bernice and
Which,
other SFX artists do, but keep the digital stuff to a minimum. You know,
right. Like you mean AI?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, the
like so,
AI. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts?
I'm the same way. I'm not a big fan of AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of scary where it's going. You know, like
Looks a little too
they
real.
they don't
sometimes.
need yeah, they don't need people anymore. They don't
Mhm.
need extras. They don't, you know, they can just AI them in. So it's kind of scary.
I guess what my last question be, is there a specific genre that you like to either direct, write for, act in, or just criticize? Like, is there something that you like to, I guess it's two in one, like to sit down, watch, take notes, and be like, oh, this is really good, or like this could have been like this, or stuff like that.
Well, like you said, I'm a big Star Wars fan. So I love sci-fi. And that's like I love that. That's my dream. When I would love to be in a Star Wars like TV show or movie. Like I'll be a stormtrooper, throw me in, you know, the suit. So that's my dream. I love sci-fi, but I've been filming more and more scary movies, horror movies. I think they're very popular now. You know, like a psychological thriller too. So those are a lot of fun. But I love I don't know, so I love them all. But I also love what we're doing, filming something that could be so real, you know, like a documentary type or, you know, but something that like actually happens in every day that people can relate to. Those are my favorite. I love those films. Those are my favorite because, you know, so I want someone can watch it and be like, oh my God, that's my situation. How did she get out? Or, you know, that's exactly what I'm going through, you know, and really take it in. So those are my favorite ones, you know, the
yeah,
ones that have meaning that I know that someone will watch this movie and be like, okay, I can do the same way. or I can be as strong as she is.
I think that's really touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and it's like a lot because on your shoulders as an actress, because, on the cast, there's, two actresses and another one that's like went through, and I've sent you a text, but it's just been severe domestic violence that they've went through. And when they read the script and when they met you like through our virtual, I'm terrible when I get StreamYards. I'm like, oh, let's StreamYard, but like I really do believe, because I think Lexi, you are a phenomenal actress. Here's a little tidbit that you don't know and nobody else knows, but how many times did I make you send in an audition for this role?
I can't, it's that I can't even remember.
Six
Is it
times.
6? I was like, I can't remember.
It was 6 or 8, but that's how picky, really picky, I wanted this character to find the right actress. I said, I was like, this is someone I could see bringing Megan to life. And
you made her send it 6 times, Creighton.
Yeah,
6 times.
I know.
Hey, it's good. Other I've had to do it before too. When a director's like, okay, can you do it this way, or can you do it this way? So it's not unusual to do a self tape 2 or 3, 4 times. It's not unusual. So that's why I don't mind it, because I know directors have the character in their head. They know exactly what they want and how they see it. So when you have to listen to them, and then when you redo it, you have to do what they, what they envision.
Yeah.
So you can bring it to life. And Megan is a very strong character. I love playing her. She's a very strong character. So being able to bring her to life, is exciting.
Yeah.
I've read a little bit because he had sent me the script, and like I've read a little bit of it, and I was like, oh.
I'm just honored and happy that we're lucky enough to work with Lexi on this,
Thank you.
and that we're so is there anything that you would like to tell the audience out there, anything like that?
Stay on the lookout for this movie, because it's going to be phenomenal. So stay on the lookout for this movie premiere, because it's going to be a really, really touching feeling movie, and everyone needs to see it, especially those who are in a domestic violence type, relationship, to know that you're not the only one out there who goes through it, and to stay strong, and there's a way to get out.
I do want to ask one more question.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? Yeah.
Is there any advice that you would give to people, either like in the domestic situation or pursuing directing, acting, or anything like that? Is just there any piece of your heart or anything like that you would tell everybody?
I mean, in a domestic violence, type, no one deserves that. And I know when you're in it, it's very hard to leave that situation. And we heard, from multiple people, that it's very hard to leave that situation, but you are strong enough to do it, and there is help. There are people that you can depend on and lean on to help you get out of that situation, so always reach out for help. That's my main thing. And for acting wise, it's, and everyone's always like, how can I act? How can I be in movies? I want to, and you just never stop quitting. You're good at, go get headshots, submit to everything that you find, do an extra work just to see if you like being on set and see if it's made for you. I've been on sets where people have been there and they're like, oh, this is not for me. I don't like this. Like waiting. It's a lot of waiting around, so, but never give up. There's so many no's, and I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I've been told so many times. But for me, there's a role out there for everybody, so if one door closes, another door will open. So for me, it's never giving up. That's the main thing, especially in this industry, because you're going to get so many no's, so many, and it's hard too, especially being a woman, you know, because there's so many women out there applying for the same role as you. But for me, it's what the director's looking for. You know, so if a director's like, oh, I see her as a redhead, then I know I'm not going to get it. But if that role is not made for me, you know, and I think it's so hard for women because they take it so personally and so critically, like, why didn't I get it? But they can't think that way, you know, because there's so many other roles out there that you can get, you know, so don't let a no stop you. Like, keep going, keep applying, you know, I feel like when certain people get roles, they were made for them. You know, like that role that was supposed to be for you. And I've seen it, you know, when you're watching a movie, like, oh my God, she does such an amazing job, you know. So it's just so important to just not give up and to keep going. And it's hard coming, you know, from the women's standpoint, because there's so many women out there trying to fight for the same roles. But you just got to know, like, you know, certain looks are it too. You know, you can walk into an audition room and the director, you don't have to say anything. The director will be like, oh, you got it. Just because of how you look.
Yeah.
That's a big thing too, you know? So you can't take anything so critically, and you get so many no's, but that's okay. There will be a yes, you know, so to never stop. So important.
Wow.
Especially in this industry. It's a tough industry.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was,
yeah.
I felt that in my soul.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Down.
Oh, I was like, wait,
That was awesome.
I was expecting Obi-Wan Kenobi to show up in the background.
Oh, this is the way.
Like,
This is the way.
that was awesome. All right.
I know Creighton's a big Star Wars fan like I am, so.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
You wanna?
I can't wait to meet you next weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. I'm excited. We're ready. We're packed up. Loki's ready to go. It's gonna be good.
I'm so excited to work on you, to receive your feedback and all that. I'm very excited. Like anything that you think of or think needs like progress or anything like that, that would be awesome.
That's why I love working with Creighton, because everyone's just open and honest and helping each other, and you know, and that's what makes a really good crew and a really good set. You know, when everyone's happy and everyone wants to be there. I've been on some sets where people were miserable and like they were like, no one can speak. Like, I don't want any feedback. Like, you couldn't talk to the director, you know, and those sets, it's hard. But when you're on a set where everyone is open and you're like, you know, tell me your ideas, it makes it for such a happy environment, you know?
I do agree with that. Creighton is like one of the people that I'm very glad that I get to work with again. Because the first makeup that I did was for one movie, and me and the director, like, we kind of got along, but not really. And then I worked with Creighton for the Blinded by Tragedy, and that was just like, what? This is cool. Like, he asked for my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That was for me. Like, he asked, was like, hey, how would you do this if you not like effects wise, not makeup wise, just like acting or a line or something like that, or like the angle or something. He's like, how would you do this? And I'm like, oh, I mean, like, I do like
that's
this.
Exciting. Yeah.
It makes you want to come back to something, whether it's big name, little name, or just anything. Just having that good director, that good crew, I think is
exactly.
It makes the movie basically.
It's same with acting wise. Like, if I'm reading through a script and saying lines, if a line doesn't come out easy for me or I fumble on it, you got to change it up, you know, because it's not natural. And it's hard because there's some directors that you work with, like, no, you cannot change this. This is exactly how you have to say it, you know, and it's like, it's my way or that. So it's nice when you can work with a director like, hey, can I change this up a little bit? Because it's not coming out natural. And it's, you know, being able to give that feedback is important. Because you want to be as natural as possible. So if it's hard to say a certain word, you know,
especially if like it's written, but he comes up to me and is like, why don't you just improv it? It's not fitting right. You know, just feed off the other person.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what makes a great scene too.
How a lot of directors should be, how a lot of movie sets should be, just a big family to say.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. And it's nice because I love improving. Improving is so much fun. And sometimes when you improv, the best stuff comes out,
Oh yeah.
because you're in the moment and you're in the scene. But it does make for a really big, especially when, like, for me, I've been on a lot of Christian films, and even being on a Christian set, you can feel the environment is different. Like everyone's happy and wants to be there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the set here with you, it feels the exact same way. Everyone loves their job. They love what they're doing. They want to be there. And it just makes it for a happier environment.
I know me personally, I appreciate it when the actors are like, hey, why don't you like bloody this up real quick? Like I got hit here. I don't know if you like missed it. Like they'll catch stuff that I missed. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
like I appreciate that. As coming from a makeup artist like standpoint or somebody who does props, it's always good to improve and to
yep,
be surrounded by a good environment because that makes you want to put your best out there, makes you want to be like, hey, let me spend just a little bit extra time, make sure this looks good through the camera, and actors
exactly.
get directors getting it. So I'm very excited to see how everything is going to plan out and how it's going to just elevate and all that because you just seem like you just have like the best vibe in the word, and I
Oh,
personally,
yeah.
I
Life is too short to not be happy and positive. You gotta be.
I just will fair warn you now in front of everybody watching. I do have a face. I have Harvey and ask Creighton. It's not me being mad at anybody. It's just straight. There it is. But I do have this thing where if something goes right, I go, woo, and I continue to do it. So I just want to just like let you know whenever we do work together, if you just see me just
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that means you're in the zone, girl. You're in the zone.
there, it's
Mhm.
okay. Creighton
Yeah.
said it's fix
Yeah.
my face a couple of times, and so is everybody else. They're like, Ashley, fix your face. I'm like, I'm
Well,
here.
this is how you know when Ashley is excited about something. Like I'll be filming it, and I'll be like, "All right," and
Yeah.
cut. I'll look over and Ashley's smiling, doing this, taking a TikTok.
I'm taking photos.
This
I'm
video and
taking a
stuff.
video and whatnot. And I'm just
So,
I love it.
like, I'll sit there with the extras. Like, we'll joke around if they're off camera.
It's exciting. It's a great set. So I'm excited. It'll be a good weekend. And next weekend too.
And
yeah.
next weekend,
The
I
next couple weekends.
here next weekend.
Okay.
I will
Sweet.
work all of that
Yeah.
out to be next weekend.
And yeah, sweet. Well,
It'll be
all right.
fun.
I don't want to keep it because I know you got places to go, people to meet, and $1 million deals to make with Loki.
Heck
With
yeah.
Loki.
Yeah, that's the deal maker
He's so
right
good.
there. He's like, here's Loki.
Here ya.
You know,
I love you just put him in front of the camera and he smiles. It's so
yeah,
That was the like
right.
that is one
He's a good boy.
trained puppy right
Yeah.
there. But
He's a good dog.
I do want to apologize for being late. I was stuck in traffic. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No worries. We're just talking.
But, yeah, I had a blast. This was
Yeah.
just to see two different point of views from different directors, especially one that's been, acting and stuff like that. I think it's really cool just to like see y'all interact with each other, have y'all feed off of each other. I think the set's gonna be pretty cool, and I think the movie is gonna be awesome
The
as
movie's
well.
going to be amazing.
I
It's
can't
going to be
wait.
so powerful.
It
It's going to be
is.
such a powerful movie.
I'm very excited. Again, thank
Me
you so
too.
much for.
Yeah. I want to come back on. You'll have to have me again.
Oh,
We'll have to have you in person next time.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
I think that would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
have you in person.
We should do it on set. Let's do it on set.
That would
We
be
can have
awesome.
Christian come.
Yeah.
We'll have Christian come do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
That's
that would
right.
be pretty cool. Actually, I think that would be pretty cool for us to interview both you and, the Christian in this movie just to get,
that would be
Yeah.
so people can see not only how y'all are in the movies, but outside of set, because I know a lot of they won't transition properly from how their character is to outside of set. But I think Christian he's got too good of a heart to be. I'm pretty sure he'd be like,
I know, he's such a nice guy. He's like, I feel bad. I'm like, it's okay. I know you're acting. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
But yeah,
So
we'll have to
funny.
get in person next time. This was
Yeah.
such a blast.
Yeah, well, this is the end of it, the end of the show. And thank you, Lexi, for being here. I'm the
Thank you for having me.
I will say you were very beautiful too. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait.
I'm looking like a mess today, but thanks. I'm trying.
Stop. You stop it.
It's been a rough week, so I'm trying. I'm like, I got to put myself together to get on camera.
I get it. I felt that in my heart of hearts right there. It's been a rough little couple of
But a
weeks.
rough week. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna go, and this is it's weird you say it because I'm
This
not.
is Two Sisters minus the other sisters, so it's gonna be the I guess Ashley and Chris interview show for right now.
No, so I was like, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.